As we approach the holiday season, we're almost halfway through December, I began to look back at where I started 7 years ago, finding my doula path and helping families. Now, this is a true story about a near-death experience, what I now call a near-life experience. It's about fear of the unknown, self-limiting beliefs, and the strength to surrender to what truly wants to emerge. I call this poem Upside Down in a Ditch on the side of the road, covered with snow, my snowplow froze. 'Twas the week before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. It was 3 a.m. on a cold winter morning, and all that was heard was the snowstorm a-blowing. When all of a sudden I jumped out of bed and threw on my sash, I was called into work to plow McClure Pass. After 14 stressful hours, I was about out of gas, so I refilled the sand in my truck and headed down off the pass. With the road's icy gleam, I knew there was trouble. I raised my eyes and said, "Concentrate on the double," when all of a sudden I started to slide to the left, to the right, not a tactical glide. As I slid towards the river, I felt the end. So I tried to turn the wheel to the left again. And as I did, I felt her stick. And when she did, in the ditch I went. And as I came to upside down in my belt, I wondered what kind of cards I'd been dealt. And you'll never guess what came next. But my savior of sorts, and still leaves me perplexed. My hero, a man making such a racket, with a long white beard, wearing a red jacket. Am I dreaming? Are you Santa? Did I die? How could I have made it through this alive? In a way, I did not make it out of this alive, for a very big part deep inside of me died. The part that says stay small and stay here in a job where it's financially safe. The part where the pain speaks louder and shrinks me back to think that success can't be my fate. Don't take chances or believe in yourself. You're too small, you're not smart or the right pedigree. How strong can one person like me really be? I breathed out the dying thoughts with a sigh of relief, knowing I could now fall forward into an upgraded belief. As I left shaking because I was going into shock, upside down in a ditch on the side of the road, covered with snow, my plow truck froze. But what I took forth from that blustery night was the courage to find my truth shining bright. I was meant for much more, so much bigger than me. And I arise to step forward into a new highway, and all along knowing I'll do things my way. Now, these self-limiting beliefs had a slow, painful death because I stayed at that job for another 2 months before I finally said, like, enough is enough. And I quit to go after what my heart called me forward to do. And that was to be a birth worker in some kind of capacity. Even though I didn't know exactly how I was going to get there, I knew it was my calling. And all I had to do was just take one step at a time, or I'd get too overwhelmed by what I thought it needed to look like. But here I am 7 years later doing what I love, and that's working as a doula, impacting families' lives through positive, supportive birth and postpartum experiences. So I hope you enjoyed this little poem that I wrote about my path to become a doula. And if you want to see the picture of my snowplow on the side of the road, upside down in a ditch, there it is. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you soon. If you like it, subscribe.